Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Four from TradeWinds.com, and this is our update for January 23rd, 2017. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. We saw a bit more downside on the equity side. The Dow was down 27 points, while the S&P 500 was down 6. The Nasdaq was down just 2. It was lower earlier in the session and made it all back. And then the Russell finished lower by 4 points. So nothing really has changed. We have yet to follow through on this breakout on the Russell, and as you know, the Dow and the S&P are still within that range. Not a whole lot different. Now, bonds bouncing nicely off this upward sloping 20 here, up $1.20 today. So this key test here for bonds, TLT, we'll have to see if there's any follow through. A couple of other markets that are looking very interesting. Gold is one of them. Bouncing again today, up about 12 points. But if we look at the weekly chart of gold, you can see we've had several weeks of straight upside here into this downsloping 20. And if we look to our left here, there is certainly support in this area. So this is a key test right now for gold. If it fails here, it should head down to that 1046 level as we've been talking about. But if it can get above here, if it can clear this, there is upside on the horizon for gold. We'll continue to monitor that. Another one we'll continue to keep an eye on is crude. Also on the weekly time frame, you can see we have some upward momentum here, and we've recently cleared these previous highs and are retesting them now. Let me zoom in for you here. The key thing to watch on the crude chart is last week's high right in here, which is 53.67. If we can get above that level, I think that opens the pathway here, an easy road to 60. I do think we get to 60 here in the near term if we get above last week's high. And what happens from there, we'll see. I'm not so sure crude can muster enough momentum to get above 60, but going from that 53.67 to 60, I think is entirely possible. The other thing we want to keep an eye on is the dollar. Now, the dollar index today dropping back here, pulling back, and you can see that on the weekly, once again, it's in for a key test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight weeks lower here, and we're at this area of support. We also have this upsloping 20. This is going to be absolutely crucial. If the dollar does not hold this level, then that completely changes the picture here. But if it holds and turns, then we could be going substantially higher. This you can look at as a channel here, which we broke out of and are now retesting that level. If we bounce, you measure the length of this channel, and that's about the same distance that you're looking for a move higher, which, as you can see, would be substantial. But this is a key test here. We'll have to continue to monitor this. But that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on our next update.